and welcome to the Don't You Know I'm Loco podcast. We're three cousins looking to break generational curses by sharing our mental health and healing journeys. Join me, Candy, Lisa, and
Rene.
as we talk about the
things we're not supposed to talk about.
Hi, guys!
Hello.
Welcome back to our channel. Ladies here again, guys. So,
Yeah.
PSA. She's the heavy breather, not us, okay? she's Darth Vader, not us.
You know, Melissa texted me. She's like, "So is Lady getting a fat check for all her appearances?"
She's so cute. She's the mascot. She can behave. She can be quiet.
Like my two
you just see her arms swiping,
Yeah.
swiping up at people to keep petting her. All right, so today we're going to be talking about guiding past generations from toughing it out to talking it out.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into challenges first. Who wants to go first? 1, 2, 3, not it.
Not it.
Damn. My challenge is I'm slow.
Oh my gosh,
my
that's
challenge
funny.
this week was I went to California
Oh.
for Easter. It was a good week. I guess my challenge was like coming back. I felt kind of bummed out this time. Usually I'm not. Usually, yeah, I get to go home. I get to go home. And
Mhm.
I was kind of bummed out the last 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what it was?
I think seeing my sister look good, right? Like she wasn't as when I saw her
Yeah.
from the hospital.
Mhm.
Like when the last time I saw her, she was just like she wasn't
Yeah.
looking good. She was
Yeah.
pale, like just
Mhm.
didn't look like she had life in her.
Mhm.
When I was there, she looked like she was had life in her again. So it was good to see. I think it's just sad to leave this
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Like in a good way,
Okay,
right? Like,
okay.
it wasn't
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh," but
Yeah.
I was just
No,
bummed
for
out the last 2
sure.
days. Like I
Yeah.
didn't work out. I was just sat around. But today I got up and I walk the dogs every day.
Mhm.
But today I did work out for the first time since I've been back. And then I think that the travel does it too, right? Like
Yeah.
when you travel.
Yeah.
It's a long trip.
And then
Mhm.
and then just kind of just hanging out with friends. It was fun. It was a fun trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Easter was good. Like we hung out with the family,
Mhm.
played
How was
some
the park?
volleyball.
Cool?
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It was good. It was a good time.
It's nice.
Did you guys do X?
Did eggs. Did the eggs. Yeah, I got smashed in the head a couple of times.
Did you?
Oh my god.
By your nephew.
Oh,
He got me
okay.
good.
Of course.
He put it in my head. I didn't even notice it was there. He put my hat back on. And then like an hour later, I was like, the hell?
Oh my
What the
gosh,
heck?
how funny.
It was fun though. It was a good time.
That's
Did the
funny.
egg toss. I played with my
Aw.
goddaughter with Lele.
Oh,
I
I think I hurt my
nice.
shoulder in the egg toss.
Oh,
bro.
no. How funny.
Aw.
Oh, that's
Right.
cool.
Yeah, that was my challenge. Just getting back into the flow of it. And
Back to your
Yeah.
routine.
back to the routine. I'm back to it now.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
better.
cool.
Yeah. It took
That's
a couple
good.
days.
Yeah, it took a couple of days.
Mhm.
But I'm back.
Mm.
Oh.
I'll go next.
Mhm.
On last Friday, I started my new therapy.
Ooh, that's great.
With IFS, and I
Mm.
specifically picked this therapist because she's a Latina,
Mm.
and I've never had that, a therapist or anybody in the medical health field that was Latina. And I already, like, right off the bat, I was like, it felt like safe. It felt like community. Like, it just felt
cool.
And so, like, we went into, like, we were just going to do, like, again, a body scan. Like, what are you feeling? And she was like, we're just going to say hello or whatever. And
Mm.
just, like, an introduction.
Mhm.
Well, my introduction ended up into a session. And
Oh.
she's like, that never
Oh,
happens.
wow.
Never happens. And she's like, but your parts
You're
are ready.
ready.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
like, your parts are ready. And then I was like, okay. And I know that it has to do with somatic therapy because it basically like prepared me for it. And so I was like, okay, cool. And like when you said that like the tears were just like coming out, you didn't even, that's exactly what happened to me. Like they were just pouring out and like I didn't have control
You have
of
no
it.
control.
You like it's not in your conscious. Like
no,
your body is just doing it.
Yeah.
And so
Wow.
that
That's
happened.
amazing.
And like it was cool because when she was talking to me, like it was like little me, right? And she was like, "Oh, you're just a little niña," and she's like, "Tell her that she's a chingona," and I was like, "That is so badass!"
Yeah.
I
Like,
wouldn't hear a white therapist ever say that.
no, right? Like it's like shit that you can't, you know. There's no
That's
word
awesome.
for this in you know,
No.
It's
like
so
there's
personal.
so
and
many
so,
words
like,
that are like they have more meaning to them,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, okay. And then she was like, okay, well, just know that you might be a little bit moody. You might be a little bit sensitive after. So warn your husband. I was like, okay. Right after I went to, because I was like, whew, that was a lot.
Yeah.
I went to Salvation Army to get like a high from shopping. So I was like just looking around at stuff and I was like, because I'm sad. And I was like, I haven't felt this way in a while, like sad. And I was like, well, because it worked, right? It's working. And then that night I had a Michael Myers dream and I was like,
no.
he's back. He's like, but I was like, it's because I'm opening stuff up, right?
Yeah.
I'm digging deep, and that's what he represents, like the shit that I hadn't dealt with, like my suppressed emotions and stuff. So I'm like, okay, so I'm trying to be. My challenge is that I'm like, okay, he's gonna come back, and things are gonna change, but in the end, I'm going to feel better. And I'm doing this for little me who didn't get, you know, the help. And so I'm like, that's what I'm doing now. So I'm like, so it's going to be hard, but I'm going to do it because I know it's what I need. And so, yeah, so I have another one tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes.
On Fridays? On the weekends?
I know. Yeah, because then I don't have to function at work.
Yeah. No,
Next
really.
day.
It does help.
Yeah. So I know this week I had so much mental health this whole week. Like Monday I had neural feedback, and then Tuesday I had somatic therapy. Wednesday I had neural feedback again.
Oh my God.
And then this week I had neural feedback 3 days because I totally forgot about my Saturday session, so I had to make it up on Monday. So like today was podcast, right? Today's Thursday, guys. And then tomorrow I have neural feedback, and then I have IFS right after. And I was like, oh my God, this is a lot. But I have my last session in 2 weeks for somatic therapy. So then that opens up a space. I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing like 3 things.
Oh my God.
I wasn't kidding when I said I was going to do all the things.
No, you weren't.
But yeah, that's my challenge. Like just adjusting to what this new therapy is going to be like. So yeah.
Wow.
Yep. What about you, Lisa?
My challenge. I didn't really have a challenge that I can
like a specific one?
Yeah. I think it was just kind of going through the emotions of everything going on. Processing things. This weekend we had my daughter's volleyball tournament, so we were there all weekend, and you know, which was okay because it was distracting, but it was just so like chaotic and so like you know, you're just so you're waiting for the next game, and you're just like, oh my God, it's just it's tiring, but it's fun. It's so fun. And seeing the girls and just it's like my jam. Like I love it, right?
That's cool.
I do love it. But it just sucked that it was like during Easter because we love going to the park, and my daughter loves playing volleyball at the park.
She would have kicked our butts.
She was like, oh, there's another year. I'm like, until you don't want to play anymore, you know. But it's like I don't want to put that on her either, you know, because as long as she wants to play, you know, we'll support. But it just sucks because I want to play too, you know. I want to drop the egg and, you know.
How funny.
So, yeah. Everything's
nice.
cruising along.
Oh, I did want to mention something from the Easter,
Mm-hmm.
we went to our cousin Olivia's house. We didn't go to the park.
Really?
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, it was at Olivia's house.
Okay.
And thank you for hosting, Olivia.
Yeah.
You're always a great host.
Mm-hmm.
And we had it there. So there was more drinking, I guess, open drinking. And Timberly, our aunt,
Mm-hmm.
said that Peter was not drinking at Easter because there's kids around. That he got it for me. I was like,
Oh, wow.
oh wow, that's awesome.
That's cool.
So it's
Yeah.
this
Good
show
for
is
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
influencing
It's doing
people.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things I do want to like implement is like either not drinking around kids or sending something planned like a babysitter to watch kids,
Yeah.
because for me that's when things
That's
happen
your
to
trauma.
me. Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
trauma.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So well, it was nice to hear that somebody.
That's nice.
Yeah. Thanks, Peter, for joining.
Peter. That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's crazy, huh? How like things that we do,
Mhm.
we don't realize that it does affect other people. Like
Mhm.
like you with your therapy and me. Like I was like, oh no, I need something else, right? Where I was like, oh no, what you're doing, I want to do that too. Sign me up.
I think I gotta do that one too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, you go
I
to
think-
my therapist because
The VA?
he works through.
Oh.
I don't think he's through the VA, but it's military and it's
Oh shit. All right.
Mhm.
covered. So I'll
Yeah,
give you his
yeah.
information. You can just text him and he'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's that good where he's just like, you know, and it's crazy. I don't know. I'm not his first client, patient, whatever. I'm not. He's very, experienced, very many years, but like, I don't know if we're feeding off each other or what, but like when we're talking about how the things that I'm discovering or the things that that affects me or like, just anything about what I'm experiencing, he's like, and then what happened? And then what else? And then what, and then he's just like, Lisa, he's like, when my last patient that he had seen that had just left before I was there experienced the exact same thing I was experiencing my first session where I was crying like uncontrollably. Like my emotions were just, they were just so like overwhelming. Like it's an intense
like it was
feeling.
a release.
Yeah. And it's and he's like, and he explained it exactly the way you explained it. He's like, so that to me feels like it's working. Like it's like so like, and I'm like, seeing you like talk about it like makes me feel like like let's keep going, let's do this like more and more and more, you know, because it's
progress.
like we're healing, like we're doing stuff about it, like I can honestly say that I feel differently about the situations and what the fuck, right?
Yeah.
Like it's amazing. It's amazing.
It is.
So yeah. And I know there's times where I'm just like, oh, like, do I really want to do this? Like, keep going and like, because it's work, like, and
feelings work.
It's exhausting, but fuck, it's worth it. It's so worth it.
You deserve to do that for yourself.
Oh man.
Because it's been like what, 6 months, maybe less since
than
you started that. And look at how much progress and change you had. I know my somatic therapy in 2 weeks, that's the last one. So today yesterday we did a timeline, and it was like, do the timeline of from what you wanted help with when you first started, and then like what were your challenges and stuff like that to now. So we did a timeline and stuff like that, and in the end she was like, write yourself a letter for you back then. And then she's like, and then in like however much time you want, go back and read that letter to see, where you are now compared to where you were then. And I was like, you know what? I was journaling for a while and then I stopped, and I was like, but with all these things that I'm doing and things that are changing, I want to be able to write write things down and then be able to go back and look and be like, look, this is what you were struggling with here. And now you're here. Like, look at how much progress. Like, I wanted a physical visual representation of my growth. So I was like, I'm going to start doing that because I wrote myself a letter and I was like, what the hell? Like sometimes I feel like the words just come out of me and I don't know from, what, right? And I'm like, I don't even talk like that. Like to myself, right? Especially on here. I'm like, where did that come from? Like, what the heck? But that same thing. Like I was like, oh shit. Cause it was 6 months of somatic therapy. And I was like, and I have changed. Like even Fernando would be like, you're doing better. Like, before you were like, this is who I am. Like, no refunds, right?
No refunds.
Wow.
I'm
so proud of you.
I was just gonna say that. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm telling you, you are a totally different person. When this airs, the following week will be our 1 year. And just to see how much growth in all three of us is crazy. Crazy.
Agree.
And I'm so proud of us. And I'm so like excited and I'm so happy for us because we deserve to be happy and healthy and we deserve to heal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So. I know. Speaking of healing, it's like, let's heal this older generation. So, like we said, we're talking about guiding past generations. I do want to say that, like, there's no expiration date to healing. You can always start whenever. Like, it's never too late to heal. Like, you deserve to heal.
Like for me, I thought about this last week. I was like, you know what? The best is yet to come for me. Like, even if it's in my 50s, like I'm just starting. I feel like I'm just starting my life. And the best is yet to come. The best
version. Like just good stuff.
I love stories like that. I love stories where it's like, because of society, like, people had to stay in situations or whatever. And then later on in life, when they're older, they don't give a fuck anymore. And they're like, I get to live my life as I wanted, right? And I'm like, we should all live our life like that. Like, who cares? I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm not hurting nobody. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah. So long as you're not hurting anyone.
We're gonna have a great retirement life over here, okay? Okay, so here are 12 proven ways older adults can boost mental health. Stay connected to prevent isolation. Encourage daily physical activity. Create a consistent daily routine. Practice gratitude and positive thinking. Support emotional expression and active listening. Engage in creative hobbies and artistic expression. Use technology to stay mentally stimulated. Eat a brain healthy diet. Get quality sleep every night. Seek professional mental health support when needed, and promote intergenerational bonding. I'm like, I need to do all of these.
Everybody. I'm like, hey.
Screenshot this. And
right? Yes. Checklist. A weekly checklist over here. Yeah, because like you have a consistent routine. Physical activity, I need to do that.
I do that.
Stay connected to provide isolation. I think that too. Like, especially after my sessions, I like to just be by myself. But it's more for like your safety. It's like exactly for everybody else's safety. I'm gonna go lock myself in my room, right? With a bucket of ice cream. I really like this one. Practice gratitude and positive thinking. I think the older generation, like the past generations, sometimes it's some of them I feel like don't have like a positive, like it's, like because they're always thinking about what other people would think.
Yes, absolutely.
So
They're big about like
like que dirán,
yeah, what are they gonna say? Yeah, exactly.
like their reputation.
Yeah, there you go. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, and it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
As soon as you drop caring about what other people think, I think that's when your life really starts.
Yeah.
And it starts like you start enjoying it, you know, because you're just like,
when you stop people pleasing you like people please yourself, like take care of yourself. Like who cares? Like as long as they're not hurting people, and maybe sometimes they deserve it. But support emotional expression and active listening. Active listening, I think like underline.
Highlight.
Yes.
Everything.
That's something that I lacked and struggled with. And now I am so much more intentional about looking people in the eye and actually paying attention.
It's hard. It's a skill.
It's very hard. You're getting better. It's funny because I see me in you sometimes, and I'm like, that was me. I used to do that. Okay, right? Because we're not a race, but we're like in the marathon together, all three of us, right? We're like, hey. Yeah. So, and because I would be like on my phone, not listening, or like what the TV would be on, and I'd be like having a conversation here, and then I would be like this, right? Like look the other way. And I'm like, I don't do that anymore. I'll put my phone down, I'll pause the TV, and I'm like looking at you. And part of it is like, eye contact makes me uncomfortable. So I'm like, okay, that's enough.
What the fuck are you looking at?
I'm like this. I'm listening. I'm covering my eyes, but I'm listening, right? Yeah.
I like to wear sunglasses.
Right? Oh my gosh, how funny. But yeah, I feel like my parents' generation, like especially like my dad, right? He's always worked since he was young, and so like they don't do things for themselves because they have to provide, and they that's their self-worth is based off of being productive or being a provider, right? So that's what their value is, right? And if you're not always going, then what are you even doing, basically, right? So that's why I was really surprised when my dad retired. Like he's still doing his side hustle, but still, and so like I'll go over for lunch and he'll be like on his iPad playing slots on the iPad, and I was like, technically that's like self-care for him, right? He's like playing and he'll watch YouTube videos, and I was like, he gets to enjoy his life now, right?
Yeah, he does. Like he's done with that mission of providing. I mean, he's whatever, but that has to feel so good as an immigrant, as like a American. Like that fucking feels good to retire. Like.
Yeah.
Damn.
Done.
Yeah.
They say though that that's one of the most difficult signs for like the older generation is they feel like they don't have a sense of purpose. They're bored.
Yeah. It's a new life for them, right? Yeah. So they always say look for community and something. I remember that from the books too. Where it's like, okay, stay physically active and just
I wonder if this is mumbo jumbo for them though, like this
mental health,
like the mental health stuff. Like, hey, look at you can do this stuff.
Yeah,
I think it. I mean, for me, it was mumbo jumbo. In the beginning, it was like, okay, positive thinking. Like, I don't have time for positive thinking. Like, we need to get shit done, and that's it, right? Like, that's how you think, And in that, I feel like I get that from like. My parents, our parents are like the older generation where it's just like, they didn't have time to like mess around to like, have these, breaks like we have and stuff, like they would literally work. Like we didn't see our parents, like, they were working all the time. Like our dads were just, they'd leave in the morning and they would come back late. And, like it was just, that was their mission. That was their thing.
That's how they were programmed.
Yeah. But we can be reprogrammed.
Yes, we can.
We are proof that we can be
Yes,
reprogrammed.
definitely. That it's never too late. That we can. You put the work in. If you ask for help.
Yeah, I know.
I totally gave Lisa some side eye. It's something she's working on. Creative hobbies. You know what? My mom, before her accident, she used to do an aquatics class. Like she would go and I was like,
it was like
how
right
fun
before.
for her. Yeah. And so and also with the accident, I've asked her, you know, like, do you feel like therapy would be I said I feel like that would be good for you because it's a traumatic event. And that literally on our anniversary was the 1 year of their accident.
Gosh, that's right.
That was a year ago already. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm like, that is traumatic. Like you guys should, you know, but you can't push people to do it. They have to want to do it for themselves. So but I always like try to check in on them to see how they're doing. Like okay, but they're always gonna tell me they're okay. But yeah, so I think it's important for them to do stuff for themselves.
Yeah,
like part of like especially like routine, right? And stay mentally.
Or even like hobbies. Like, do they even have hobbies? You know? Like they're used to working and they're used to like doing the same thing over and over again. Like, do they want to do something different? You know, like.
Do they know that they can do that?
They could do
I don't
it.
think they do. I don't think they can.
No, it's like there's so much more.
And we did this podcast to you know, be more. I'm lost for the words today. Be more empathetic towards them.
Yeah.
So,
and maybe more cautious of like
cautious.
Shit, time is going, you know, and we could still help them no matter like it's not too late. And I mean, we can't force them, but like we could lead them to it. And like by us living our lives better, you know, they'll eventually see it and they'll say like, hey, like I know my mom has seen the improvement and has said stuff like, oh, okay, you didn't think like that before, you know? And I'm like, yeah, because it works, you know, but it's more like, what else do you have to lose? You know, like, and I told my mom that, like, what else do you have to lose? Like, what else? Like, wouldn't you rather, you know? And my mom is very, like, you know, very spiritual and everything. So she has that, you know, struggle where she's just like, God can take care of it. God can take care of it. And absolutely, God will take care of it. However, you have to put your part in it too. You got to put your, you know, like your, you know, he's gonna like put the stuff into you so you could do it, you know, but like you gotta take care of yourself. Like those things weren't done to you. Those things were done to you regardless of whatever it is, but it's like it's you can fix it. You can
change the narrative.
It and you can you can change the narrative. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm like thinking and I'm like, I wish I could bottle this feeling that these 6 months have given me and like sprinkle it on them, right? And be like, who would you be, you know, if you could do this, you know, if you could heal from the things that you've gone through, like, and I think 80% of the stuff we don't know what they've been through, right?
No,
because they don't talk about it,
secretive.
they don't share,
No,
you know, like. I think now I've had the most conversations with my mom as an adult the past, like even before her accident. But I'm like, oh, okay. You're a person to me, right? You're not my mom. You're a person.
Yeah.
And so like we talk about, like I'll be like, oh, you know, what's going on at home or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm dad and Fernando's you. And she's like, yes. And I was like, okay. So she'll be like, so then she's like talking to me like what, if she's on the flip side, what she would like, right? And so I was like, oh, damn, you're right. Like, you know, because she will not tell me what I want to hear. She'll tell me what I need to hear, right? And then she's like not judgmental either, right? And so I'm like, this is cool. So that's why I'm like, I just want to pour everything on you. Like, I just want to put all this in a bottle and share it with you. Like, I want to share it with everybody. Like, It's such a good feeling. Yeah. It's like out of body experience.
And it's like you want to share it with everybody. So it's like, you guys can feel like this. I want you guys to feel like this. I want you guys to be free of your, you know.
It's okay to be scared. But I promise once you get there, like, it like mind blown. Like, it just changes everything. It shifts everything for you in the best ways.
Yeah. And you know what? Like now, talking about this, like I have been quiet a lot lately, but it's just because I'm just like absorbing everything and like straightening it out kind of thing, you know? So it's like, I think we've talked about this before where it's like reparenting yourself kind of thing, you know? And it's like God, like you guys can do it too. You know? You can reparent yourself and you know the mistakes that you know that you've made with your children, you can still fix them for yourself, you know, like, or even like, I know I'm a huge believer of grandparents, but like when your parents become grandparents, when we become grandparents, like they change, they change, you know, their hearts get softer. They get, you know, they
now they got McDonald's money now.
They don't flinch when they say no, you know, like things like that. Where you're just like, the hell is not the same lady, you know? But it's just like, so they can change. They have the ability to change. They have the ability to get soft and, you know, they have that ability, but it's just because it's doing it towards their grandchildren and, you know, that's opening up something, you know, and it's like, but you could do it for yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Be kind to themselves.
Yeah. For real. Be a little bit selfish sometimes. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Because how the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen? I fucking love that show. Oh my God. The All-Stars is coming up. I'm excited.
I saw that commercial.
I love Drag Race. It just makes me, oh my God. This is funny because I have to say this right now. WrestleMania was here this last weekend. I totally went to Rey Mysterio's meet and greet. I got out of work early and I texted my dad and I was like, "Apa, vas conmigo?" Like, "Dad, will you go with me?" And he was like, "Okay." So we waited in line and my sisters were like laughing because they're like, "Dad hates waiting in line." And I was like, I know. So we were like waiting in line and then he was like, "Do you think we're going to make it?" Because it was like a set time. Like they had to meet. And so we're like, I don't know. Because it was like from 3 to 5. And when we got there at like 2:30 and the line was like wrapped around, right? And I was like, oh, shoot. So then I was like, okay. And then we get there and like Rey Mysterio is like tiny. Like he's like in the picture. We'll put the picture here. He's like the same height as me. And I'm 5'1", right? He's like a whole other, like he's a flyer, right? So
he's an acrobat.
So we get there and Dad's like, "Yes, a chamaco," like who's a little kid, right? And then he's like,
"It's a chamaco."
He's like, "Yes, a chamaco," and I was like, "That's him." I was like, "That's him." He goes, "That's him? He's short." And I was like, "He is short." And he's like, okay, we walk up. And like they only let you do like one phone per group. And then I told the guy, I was like, "Can you push my button like 5 times?" And when I goes, "Push it 10." And the guy was like, "Okay." So we go and like Rey Mysterio, like he has his mask on too. And it was so funny because he was like, "How do we even know if it's him?" Because he has a mask. Yeah, I was like, "Oh my God, Dad." I'm telling you, he was cracking me up the whole time. And so we take a picture and Rey Mysterio's like talking to him and we talked to us in Spanish and I was like, he was like, "Gracias," and you know. And so we're like, okay. And I look at the picture and my dad has like this big cheesy smile. And I was like, God.
They're kids too.
Yes. I love experiencing that with them. Like, you know, like childhood, like joy, like pure joy. And I was like,
that's cool.
Let's do all the things. I want to do all the things with them.
You brought something up really interesting earlier, saying to see them as people. I don't think I ever do that with my parents. I just see them as my parents. They should know everything. They, you know what I mean? Damn, I gotta see them as people now too.
Yeah. They should know, but they don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. That's a good point. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
That was just in my head.
I love that you
like,
have it.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
It'll go away.
Yeah, it's gonna go away.
Yeah. So doing that with him was cool because it was like, okay, like back in the day, I took him to Cowboys games, and it was that same like a kid, right? And I was like, I'd love to do that, and I was like, okay, check. Now let's see what I do with my mom, right? Because I'm like, I want to do these things with you guys. Like, I want to experience that, right? Like I've seen on Instagram, it's like it's your parents' first time living too, like right, and it's like they're experiencing like things for the first time too, right? And I was like,
You know what's think about your mom? You know how she used to like Donnie and Marie? Like Donnie, you know how Donnie is here or whatever? We get free tickets. Like they're always on that vet ticket. So I'm like, I want to take your parents or for us to go or whatever, you know? Like you get a whole bunch of tickets and go. Like that'd be
nice. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
That's
I'm glad
cool.
I said that. So
Mom, act surprise.
Yeah.
And thank you for dinner the last 2 nights. Yeah.
I know. My parents.
When we were at the volleyball tournament, it was at the convention center at the Las Vegas Convention Center.
Oh my God.
And it was next to Westgate, right?
Oh,
So that's where all the wrestlers were staying this weekend. So every time I passed by to to park or whatever, I would have to go through there. The first time we saw Ric Flair.
Oh shit.
So everybody was like, woo! He was like 109 years old.
But still.
I was like, dang. He was still dressed up. And I was like, dang. And then we saw some other, I don't know who the names were or whatever, like other times and stuff. But I guess that they were having like their sign-ins and stuff like that there. But it was so cool. And I said this like a few times because it was just like it filled me with joy to see the grown-ass men with these belts on their walking the streets like they just won WrestleMania, you know? But it was just so much like joy in them. They were just like, and it was all different color people and just like different ages, a lot of adults, with their kids or, it was just so cool.
Enjoying life.
That.
I think we, as adults, sometimes we're like, oh, we can't do that. That's for kids. Or
I was like, oh, I remember doing it. Oh, I remember that. That was cool. But
I'm like, I'm doing it for my inner child, okay? She was robbed. I do all the things. No. Yeah, I know. With WrestleMania, I went to another meet and greet too, but when I went, the line was like extra line. I went before work. And it started at 9 and I rolled by at 7 and the line was already long. And then later I was like trying to find somebody's video because my godson had said, it was Jay Uso and that was his favorite wrestler. I was like, no, I have to go. And I put it in my sister's chat and I was like, no, I have to go. They're like, do it for the children. But I went, I was like, oh no, that line is too long. No, people got there like 4 a.m.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because they're free and mostly meet and greets you have to pay for, right? Because they had WrestleCon and everything. Like, yeah. So like, but yeah, it's cool to, like do childlike things. Like, who cares? Like with dressing, they're like, dress your age. I'm like, I'm gonna dress for what I like. For real.
Yeah. It's so much fun.
Do more things that make you happy.
Yeah, for real.
Who cares?
Cares what people think.
You only live one life. Back to the topic. I think that's like the best part of our podcast is that we go off topic and then we just tell stories. See, like my dad's already doing that. Use technology to stay mentally stimulated. Okay, be playing the slots at home. Creative hobbies and artistic expression too. I think like listening to music and stuff like that. That's a good way. Eat a brain healthy diet. I think our moms are like really conscious about nutritious foods. My mom too. My mom be making Jamaica like every week and stuff. Like she boils it and then I'm like, teach me. Get quality sleep every night. I'm trying to think if my parents sleep through the night.
Gosh, I remember your dad schedule. He told me like he would sleep like 4 hours. Like
Oh
he
man.
would go to sleep like at midnight and wake up at 4 or something crazy.
My dad's good
every
when it comes to
day.
sleeping.
Ooh.
He loves his naps.
Oh.
That's where I get it from.
Oh my god! I've seen a meme that's like me on my wedding day taking a pre-wedding nap. That's you.
I slept through a wedding ceremony
my
one time. I
gosh.
was
Oh
so
my
drunk.
god! Oh my
that.
gosh!
I went upstairs
remember
to like
that.
a room they had.
Uh-huh.
I thought I fell asleep for like 20 minutes. I was out for like 4 hours.
Oh my gosh!
I missed the whole reception.
Oh my goodness! That's crazy.
So I got good sleep.
Oh, that's good. I don't have a problem with that.
mean hangover the next day.
Oh my god, how funny. Seek professional mental health support when needed. I think that's one of
the biggest ones for
like
that
just
generation.
try it, you'll like it.
I Well, you're gonna see in the interview that I had with my mom. For all you listeners out there, I interviewed my mom over the Easter weekend about stuff she's gone through, like her journey with like mental health. So we're gonna post that up.
How exciting!
And,
can't wait to hear it. Yeah,
and she does mention about her going to therapy, but I'm gonna wait. Let you guys listen to it. It's really interesting.
Yeah,
and just like mind opening. Like, oh, that's why you're.
That's why. Yeah.
Yep. You think about why we do certain things, right? And then it's like, well, yeah, them too, right? Like they had to figure out how to survive through whatever it was, and that's just the way that they dealt with it. And it's like, okay, now we're like, okay, now we have healthy ways to deal with it. So here's the cheat code. Use it. Here's the cheat code. Yeah,
exactly.
I know.
And it's funny because like I remember like hearing my parents say like they just want the best for us. They just want the best for us, you know? So they live this robotic life, right? And then it's like, but if they only knew their best for us was just love, was just, you know, like being there, just love.
Yeah.
You know, like if we had a little bit more of that, like, fuck, right? But they didn't have it, right? Like that shit gets passed down. Like if you can't expect, you know, to have this like perfect life if you have no like idea what it is, you know, or what to do. Like you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
You know, and it's I don't know. I feel I like when I start talking like this, I put myself back because I'm like, gosh, like our parents have gone through so much, and it's just like I just need to like give them grace and give them like let them talk and listen to them, like how it said actively listen. Like I think this is great for us as like reminders of, you know, like if we still have our parents or even like anybody older, aunts, tias, tios, you know, anybody that they have so much like knowledge and they have so much things that they have kept inside that, you know, good stuff and bad stuff, you know, like that they don't know how to talk about, or they don't know how to, you know, bring it up, you know, just like
express their
emotions. They're just like, yeah, we've heard of this, but I don't know how to start it. I don't know how to do it, you know, like, fuck, I don't know.
Crazy.
Yeah. I'm glad we did this one.
Yeah. And there's such a like a difference between like your mom's and my mom. My mom's the baby, right? And so like I remember your mom would have to be the one to cook, right? And then so it's like, okay, like my mom would say like, oh, she would have to cook when abuelita would go back to Mexico to visit. And then so like they had to take care of, you know how they always say like the third parent, the oldest child is like the third parent. And I was like, well, they were like in segments, right? The oldest, the middle, then the
they all
last.
had like jobs and
yeah, so like they didn't really get to be kids sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay, let's be kids now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I like my niece for Easter. We do like a Easter egg hunt for her in the backyard, and then like she likes to do one for us. Like she'll take the eggs and hide them again, and she specifically got sports eggs for my dad, and she hid them with his favorite candy. And then my sister was like saying something, and she goes, he never had an Easter egg hunt when he was little. Like, they didn't do that when they were kids. And she was like, what? Like, and then, like, she was like, what? And I was like, no, it's true. Like, they didn't get Easter baskets or like Easter egg hunt, and they didn't get to do this stuff. Like, and then that makes me think about like, they got to experience that through us, right?
Yeah.
Through our Easters and all of this and fun and stuff like that. Because even we did an egg race. We like put a spoon, an egg on a spoon, not a real egg because they're expensive.
They're way too expensive.
So we like did that, right? And like I won a couple times, and then I was like, and then my mom goes, "Tell your dad to come play. He's super competitive like you." And I was like, "Okay." So yeah, there he is. He's like laughing, having a good time. Like, no, you gotta do this. Like playing too. And I was like, "That's cool." I was like, "We're gonna do more stuff like that. Like make them play. Like." Make them, do these things. Like my dad would wrestle with my sister's boys. He still does. And I'm like, don't break my dad. Like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Maybe like promote more childlike things for them. Like let them enjoy their life. Like,
I guess there's this game that's called like Boomers and something. I don't remember. I have to look it up, but it's like a game that you can play with your parents. Like who knows who more and something like that. Like it's kind of cool. Yeah.
It's cool.
I have to look more into it, but I don't remember where I saw it. It's briefly, but playing,
yeah. Like even Uno. My parents had never played Uno. We played Uno for, I can't remember what it was, something. And my dad, it was the first time he played Uno, and he won twice. And we're like, what? Yeah. And I'm like, that's cool. I was like, we need to do more stuff like that. It's fun.
Yeah.
Like this is these are the parents that we want.
Yeah.
Right? Now we're just gonna take control of it. And be
like,
look, we're gonna play this. Like, yeah.
Oh, fun.
That's cool. I know. This is a cool topic. Promote intergenerational bonding. So let's see. Volunteering. So stay socially connected. The key benefits for this are to lower depression and anxiety risk, have better cognitive function, or stronger immune system. So like, for example, doing video chat, community programs, exercise groups, creative classes, yeah. And then just one supporting fact for this is 1 in 5 Americans 65 and plus experience isolation. Close family ties reduce 5-year mortality from 14% to 6%.
That's so sad.
Recommended frequency. Daily social interactions recommended. Like I think about Mariah works at a retirement home, right? And like they do so many fun things and like, all these different things. And I'm like, they created their own community, right? By going to these places. And sometimes these places, like in our community, in the Latino community, joining one of those is like bad. Like, like it has a bad stigma to it, right?
Oh, yes.
Like your family doesn't love you. They put you in a home.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's very true. Oh my gosh. We never thought about doing that to our grandparents.
But it's like,
wait a minute.
There are different ones. It's different now, right? Yes. Now they have whole senior communities here where they have all kinds of things. And like, even like, I've heard this plenty of times that they say like the STI rates at the retirement home are high.
No.
Yeah, you never heard of that? Because you can't get pregnant, so everybody's banging each other.
Yeah.
That's why I say 55 it's gonna be my time.
Yeah.
I've heard that multiple times that the rates in those communities are high.
Can't wait to get myself into a senior home.
Which the next one is physical activity. So that's a good segue, huh?
My goal is you're going to be 55 and above.
Oh my gosh, how funny.
They have the communities here?
Yeah, they do. Oh my god, how funny.
Like right here.
Yeah, for real. Oh my gosh, how funny. A physical activity. So same thing, it reduces depression, anxiety, and it says there's a 38% lower risk of cognitive decline with higher activity levels.
Wow.
So get your
Wow.
parents moving, people. At least once weekly for muscle strengthening.
The gym, the weights.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
even, Max's parents are they're like, I mean, they're white, of course, right? But they have like the best retirement life ever.
Yeah.
They have like this beautiful home that they have like an RV. Like they did everything
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
And they belong to the community center. So they're always doing stuff and like always going on trips and going
How
like they have
fun.
friends and stuff. It's really cute. But his dad plays pickleball. And like he started at the community center and like now he like plays all the time. He has like a little community. Like it's so cute. It is really, really cute. I'm like, what goals, Like what cool goals to
Rene, you better learn how to play
set.
pickleball.
Yeah.
I know how to play. I can't wait.
There's a lot of little places here now.
The chicken and pickle.
Chicken and pickle.
That
There's
place.
there's a few.
I just want to read this next one. It says gratitude practice, stronger immune function, better heart health, reduce depression and anxiety. Gratitude journaling, expressing appreciation, mindful reflection. And this is linked to greater longevity by Harvard Research and daily practice recommendations. So again, like journaling and writing stuff down, or like I know devotionals is something that people do, like because that's like more of a like spiritual thing too.
My mom has, I'm not even joking, hundreds, maybe even thousands, maybe not anymore, of notebooks full of journaling. Full. Like if I could only read her writing, I would be like, oh my gosh, because she said she wrote her whole life.
Really?
In those books. Like all her anger, all her like everything went into those books.
That's her
Anger?
mental health.
Anger.
Yeah.
My dad.
Oh.
Yeah. Like all this stuff.
Well,
Like
that's her self-care.
yeah.
Journaling. Wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Oh. You should commend her on that.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
That anger
They're like,
went into the
"Mom."
journal because
Yeah.
I've never seen your mom.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like angry.
React or anything.
Nothing
Yeah.
else.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy. She has so many notebooks.
That's why I said anger.
So many
Cool.
notebooks.
Uh-huh. You should look up this. I've seen it on Instagram, and I've bought my mom one. They have a Spanish version now, where it's like your mother's story, and it's like but now they have it in Spanish, so all the questions are in Spanish, and she can write the answers in them. So then it's something that you can keep later on. Yeah, those are really cool. My mom filled out one of those, and I'll go back and read stuff. Right. Yeah, and I even said if you don't like the question or you don't whatever, cross it out and write whatever you want.
Yeah.
Oh. Uh-huh.
I love that.
I'm telling you. Yeah, cuz I'm like I want to get to know my parents as people.
Yeah.
Right? Now I'm of sane mind, and it's like my anger is going away, like, and I'm healing, and so now I have the capacity to be like, hey, who are you? Like, you know?
Yeah.
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 Well, now I want to help them.
Yeah. Oh, Patty.
I tell you, I don't know where this shit comes from. It just comes through.
Like the spirit.
Right? It's like so active listening, emotion, acknowledgement, and avoid quick fixes. That's the one that I was looking at. Like sometimes you just gotta let shit marinate and then look at it with fresh eyes. You know, like
yes.
Yeah.
But again, like they come from survival, so there was a quick fix and that's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think this is more like let's learn to be nicer parents.
I talked about that. I was like, man, I need to be nicer to them.
Creative activities, visual art, music, movement, dance, and creative writing. Like, I feel like almost that generation, like, they couldn't express themselves, or they couldn't, like art, you know? Like, our grandpa used to draw. Oh my God, he used to draw like the
oh my God,
he used to draw women all the time. Like from the a bra
like
ad?
Victoria's Secret, JCPenney's.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're gonna
They're
be artists up in
everywhere.
here somewhere
Yeah,
in this
somewhere.
family because he drew. So like that's why I'm like art. Like who do you know of that generation that draws? Like I'm sure they do, but like
They'll never show it.
no, like coloring or drawing or
Yeah.
all these things. I'm like, I'm gonna buy them some coloring books. Technology use, brain training apps, digital games, and everyday tech use. So my mom, she's more like active on her phone now, like YouTube or like she'd be on Instagram and she did it for the podcast. So don't be trying to be in my mom's business, okay? She's just lurking, okay? And I'm like, that's cool. And like technology is always like a negative, right? But I think the more they learn, like YouTube, the University of YouTube.
Oh my
God. And then like the world would be like, look at this guy in Brazil or look at the guy in this. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
My dad does use Facebook. And he used to just like stuff. Now he's using the laughing emoji.
Oh.
He's learning. Like, dude, you're messing up my
oh my God.
my streak here of laughs.
How funny. Oh my God. My in-laws will send me stuff on Instagram. And then sometimes I'll be like, show Fernando. Because you don't have Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll be like, show Fernando. And I'm like, hilarious. Because they'll send me stuff and then I'll send them stuff. I'm like, this is so fun.
That's fun.
Quality sleep. Consistent sleep schedule. Proper sleep environment. Calming bedtime routine. Do you guys sleep with the TV on?
Yes.
I have lately, yeah. And I never used to.
No?
Yeah.
I had to have white noise. But then, like, if I'm not at home, like we're on vacation, I'll take a sleep mask with me because my brain will not turn off. It has to be like that. And Fernando has to sleep with the TV on. He has to have like white noise. So I'm like, oh no. Because then I'll stay up and watch an episode of Law and Order and want to find out the end. And then I don't go to sleep. And then the next one
you
is
can't
good.
watch something that you need to know happens. You gotta watch reruns.
Exactly.
I watch Seinfeld every night. I swear I fall asleep with it on.
I think I've been sleeping to Seinfeld lately. Yeah.
Oh my God. Does your whatever you're watching go into your dreams sometimes?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Sometimes.
I'll be like, what? I'm solving this case or whatever. Dang Law and Order. All right, let's get down to professional support. Early intervention treatment of mental health conditions. Implementation methods, therapy programs, counseling services, or support groups. I think support groups might be something that they would like finding community in.
Probably better than one-on-one stuff.
So 2/3 of seniors with mental health problems don't receive needed treatment. Intergenerational bonding. It reduces loneliness, increased self-esteem, renewed sense of purpose. Structured programs, technology, exchanges, creative collaborations. And this shows measurable improvements in self-esteem and depression levels. All right, let's get deep.
Get deeper. Ooh, this is cool. Okay. If you could relive one day, which would it be and why? If I can relive a day, which would it be?
The day I got back from Afghanistan.
Yeah?
Yeah. It just felt so nice, like getting home. And there's things I would probably do a little different.
Yeah.
But just that day
That
was
feeling
amazing
of
being home. Like, yeah.
Dang.
What would I do? What day? The day I was born.
Oh man. I think I would say like if I could relive the day my dad died.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were
Because
going
that
to say
was
that.
really hard. I don't think I've ever shared the shit that I had to do for him. And
Mhm.
like his last day was just so traumatic. Like
Mm.
he was in so much pain. He was taking 22 medications
Oh
a
my
day.
God.
22
Oh.
medications a day. And then the last week they took him off and he was suffering, but I would give him his morphine through his cheeks and stuff. Like I
Mhm.
would poke it in there because he would like start convulsing,
Mm.
and just giving it to him and seeing him calm down
Mm.
was like the nicest feeling,
Mhm.
seeing his like, and then just calm.
Mm.
Like I wish I could have said more or said, I don't know. I wish I could relive that.
Mm. Mhm. It's hard. I would relive. I knew you were going to go to your dad because I was going to say abuelito because he was my person and like he was where I was safest. And so I would like to spend a day with him and be like, guess what? I'm safe with myself now. Like I did it for myself because I'm like, I just want to like create that feeling and be like, look, I did it. Like, look, I know I was going to cry. I knew I was going to cry.
I should have gone last to make it mine better.
Mhm.
Yours is
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Dang, yeah.
Mhm. Well,
Grandpa
yours is
was-
important to you.
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah.
That's part of that was a time in your life that nobody in our family could understand. But yeah, and it's crazy, right? Because that's my safe space in my mind, like where I go to be safe. That's where it is. So I'm like, I wish, like, it's like recreating that feeling, right? And it's like, oh, I'm safe now. Because even in like my therapy, it was 10-year-old me. And then the therapist was like, that's a lot to carry for a niña, like a little niña for 10 years old to carry that weight. And so that I would recreate a day with him because I'd be like, look, like, oh my God.
I wish we could have softened him. Oh, I mean, I don't know. Softened him up a little bit more because he just felt so stiff and so like, I don't know. Like it was love, pure love that you felt from him. Like
yeah,
just
he had the best hugs.
Yeah.
I can still smell them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have this blue button-up shirt. It's like a dress shirt. And when I put it on, I think of him because he had that blue shirt that he was always wearing. And I'm like, ugh.
I swear, this is a true story. It was like a couple weeks after he passed away. I was working at Circus City. I went to In-N-Out and in Fullerton, and I was sitting at the drive-thru, and this old man wearing the same thing Grandpa wore and the hat walked in front of me, and I was like, I swear it was him. I was like, that's Grandpa.
Oh my God.
I was like, that's him. I swear it was him. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
He was a great man.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
It
was like,
all right.
like feeling dumping over here. Oh, we wanted to share some resource. I had never heard of it prior to this. So you can call 211 for resources in your local area. What services do 211 offer? Every day, clients contact 211 to access free and confidential crisis and emergency counseling, disaster assistance, food, healthcare, and insurance assistance, rental assistance, utilities assistance, and employment services, childcare, and more.
Yes. I learned this through my mom in the interview that we're going to post up. Yeah, she told me about it. I was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah, I had no
I was
idea.
like, wow. I'm like, thank you. Like,
Yeah.
Childcare. That's huge. Rental assistance, utilities assistance, like food.
Yeah.
So I tried it yesterday.
Food.
I pressed 211 on my computer, and it said Las Vegas. So
Yeah.
whatever city
It'll connect.
it'll connect you to. Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
cool.
amazing.
That's
like 911, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
That's
that.
a very good resource.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The cops are not going to show up if you do 211 and hang up, Diana.
Tell that story again. I love that story.
Oh my god. So Diana used to call 911. Like she learned 911 as an emergency. And then one day she called and then she hung up and then the police showed up. And we were like, what the heck? And she started crying because she was in trouble and they showed up. I'll never forget that.
Buena Park, right?
Yeah, Buena Park at the 2-story house. But I was like, oh, you're in trouble. The cops are here.
He came to get you.
For real. Oh my god. But yeah. That's so funny. But yeah. Don't call 911 and hang up. They will call you back. They will come. They will show up.
Hilarious.
All right, guys. On our next episode, we are going to be talking about Latino entrepreneurship
Yeah.
and financial literacy. And we're gonna have 2 special guests, Erica and Jonathan, our cousins.
That'll be fun.
Beautiful signs are courtesy of them.
Yes.
Our intro video is courtesy of them, but we'll give them their props when they're here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tune in for that one. But
don't forget to subscribe. We're always forgetting to say that.
subscribe.
Share us.
Share. I promise I'm trying to upload videos to TikTok, so follow us on TikTok.
We have a
Follow
TikTok?
us on Instagram. Yeah. Yeah, the first video that I posted was that compilation of the introduction. Yeah. And that one has like 800 views. And I was like, cool. I was like, hold
We need to get
on.
on
Let me
TikTok.
put all these videos here. Hold on.
Gross.
I know.
Shit.
I know. I just got to do it. But yeah. All right, guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us. If you are in need of any medical assistance, please contact your local provider. If you are having thoughts of suicide, please call the National Suicide Hotline at 988. In case of emergency, call 911. See you next week as we talk about
the things we're not supposed to talk about.